it's happening in New York, New Jersey, or Long Island. Hear about it with Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.
I'm walking down Wall Street today, and just a moment ago, and Mike Lindell calls me. Mike Lindell calls. Mike, we got you on the line there?
Yeah.
Oh, Michael, you know what? You are the best. You're about to take off. You're leaving Washington, D.C., and we had a great conversation 2 minutes ago walking down Wall Street, and I said, can I call you on the air? So let us know when you take off, because we don't want to interfere with that. First of all, welcome, Mike Lindell. Tell us, Mr. Lindell, if you'd be so kind, my dear longtime best buddy, where you were last night.
I was having dinner with the President of the United States.
Ah, look at this, please. Look, unbelievable. Only me. I was in Bayonne, Mike. I was just having a quick bite to eat in Bayonne. I'm glad that you were with the president. How did that come about, Mike? Did he call you? You got invited yesterday?
No, they reached out to me last Thursday, and so I came out to D.C. There was I guess there was maybe 9 of us, and they.
Wow.
It was pretty cool because I got to tell him I was just at the Minnesota State Fair, and here I must have had 1,000 people come out to me, Joe. I was there 2 days, and I told the president, I said, everyone but one person, I'll bet you there were 1,000 of them, came up, and they didn't talk pillows. They talked about how amazing our president is, and they said, Mike, if you see him, tell him we're praying for him. Tell him we're behind him all the way. And this is in my home state of Minnesota. It was very encouraging. He liked to hear that. It was just I only had one guy, Joe, and then this guy says, Mike, I love what you're doing with the addiction platform in the inner cities, but he says you've aligned yourself with the worst guy ever. And I said, wait a minute. I said, I know the guy, met the guy, and I started in on him, and he just ducked out, Joe. He didn't want no one to hear him.
You told the president that? You told the president that as well?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did. Yes.
You know what?
I'd like to hear that. He needs encouragement with all this stuff going on. I just tried to encourage him and again tell him all the good news, because I hear it every day. It's not what you're hearing on the news. I mean, the people out there are behind him. Yeah,
I found the same way. It was the same way with me, Mike, what I told you when I did the southern belt of the United States, and I was out west, and I was in Nevada, all through. They do support the president. Now, can you tell us how you got that phone call? The phone call that Mike Lindell, I never apparently get. Lunch with the president, dinner with the president. I don't get the call. When did they call you? Were you in Minnesota when you got the call?
Yeah. I was in. Actually, it was on my way to Texas, and and they're gonna. I think I get called once in a while. I got called when the vice president was just in Minnesota, and I got to have. We had a meeting with him. There was 8 of us in that, and I guess they called me on my platform. I put it out there, Joe. To support them, and in Minnesota, I've got behind Jeff Johnson and Doug Wardlow and Karen Housley and I don't get behind anybody unless I do my due diligence, and they're when they're coming to Minnesota, they were just talking to me yesterday, about if I'm going to be around and stuff, and I think with my platform, I want to use it the best I can, and I've let them know that that I'll support and do whatever I can do, and I think the people. Trust me, I just don't get behind any person to see it. Well,
No,
Joe,
you know
that when I got behind the president early, I met with him in a private meeting, and when I left his office, I said, I want nobody in the country or in the world to be my president other than Donald Trump.
Yeah, was that when you were was Mayor Giuliani in that meeting? Was you the president?
Yeah, he came in right at the end. It was about 25 minutes, and he came in singing the My Pillow jingle.
You know what, Mike? I know you got to take off, but did you talk Kavanaugh with the president? Did he mention about his?
No, he was talking to the senator there was from Colorado and this other senator, and they were talking about Kavanaugh, and I listened in, and they're very confident. They're very confident. They know it's not true, but he said, the president said, well, we got to let this run its. Do through the process, and
he wasn't. The president wasn't upset or angry or boy, these guys. I mean, if you could break that confidence a little bit, Mike.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's upset, of course, that he said what most amazing pick ever, and he's, but he was just very. very confident, and just wants to run the process. But he's still, of course, it's just like Joe, and I know he could pick the best pick in the world, and they're gonna find something wrong, and that's just unreal,
Mike,
or something.
So
make something up. It doesn't matter,
What did you have? What did you have for dinner at the White House?
Steak.
Oh, look at
and these
it!
pieces of, this wasn't at the White House, by the way, but they and then this cake we had. I'm not kidding, Joe. They were the size of plates. The president said, "Anybody eat all their cake?" And I'm looking, mine's about almost gone. I go, wait a minute.
That is so great. Was it within the White House or was it outside the White House?
No, it was outside the White House. I don't want to say where it was at, Joe, but it was outside of the White House, and
listen, I think it's great. You and AP, and you had the one-on-one with the president, and I know he was fun. He calls you out in front of 20,000 people in North Dakota or something. That was great.
I told him about that, Joe. I got to tell you this quick. He liked this. After he did that shout out, it was about a minute shout out at that rally in North Dakota, and I got called by media outlets, and one of them in particular called me up, and I told the president this last night. I said, they called me up. They go, "Yeah, Mike, did you sell a lot of pillows?" Wow, the president did that shout out. They always act like they're my buddy, and I go, "That wasn't about selling pillows." I said he called me out for being a great businessman and buying my ads right, and I said he lifted my awareness and in the public eye and elevated it so much. I said now I can go out there with my evangelistic platform and talk about Jesus Christ. And I said I just spoke to 50,000 millennials, led them in prayer at U.S. Bank Stadium.
Wow.
And the guy hung up on me.
That's really
I told that to the president. I told that to the president. I love screwing around with the media.
You are too funny. And you know what? You just get really quickly, Mike. I know you're about to take off any second. 6:14 with Joe and the great Mike Lindell, just coming from a dinner with the president of the United States. So you're doing these evangelical kind of prayer gatherings. But you speaking before, I heard 300,000 people now.
Yeah, that'll be in Texas.
Wow.
If you look up the Pulse event, it's called Together.
Sure.
It's called the Pulse event, and that'll be at the Speedway in Dallas, and I think it's October 20th, 21st, somewhere in there. And I tell my story. I used to be a crack cocaine addict, Joe, and then I tell that, and then I'll be I spoke at a couple of big churches too, so I think God's got me is using my platform, and I just love giving back and doing what the Lord's telling me to do. So.
Man, Mike, you're a great human being and a dear friend. Mike, we love you, and thanks for jumping on the air with us, man. And just bravo on sitting down with the president. Oh, and then when you come back, and I'll see you probably in December, but and maybe even sooner. But Mike, the inner city platform, you had that inner city platform. You had that, and is the president making an initiative on that going across the inner cities of the United States?
We didn't get to talk about doing too much, but I've been talking to Ben Carson a lot about it, and Joe, it'll be a website where you put in your age and your addiction, and all these stories of hope come down. Your age and how old you are, the ones that have made it through.
Wow.
Then I'm going to have all the vetted treatment, which is going to be both your faith-based, Salvation Army, Teen Challenge, Union Gospel. I'm going to guide them through this website, The Addict, and they'll be looking at home, when they're. And then, plant seeds of hope. Yeah. Then when they come out of there, Joe, then I'm going to have mentors that are going to be paid mentors, and they're going to help mentor these guys coming out of these treatment centers. And it's going to change addiction forever. We're going to get rid of this opiates horrific crisis.
Mike,
I got my book coming out, and hopefully with all the eyes on that'll lead them to this website, and we'll get this platform going.
You've taken all your success and you just turned it around to help people, Mike Lindell. That's so you. You have a beautiful heart, and we're proud to know you, Mike. God bless you. Safe flight. Call. I'll see you soon, Mike. I'll see you. And we got a big new year coming in. We'll tell everybody about that when we get there. But, Mike, thanks for joining us. God bless you and Godspeed, Mike Lindell.
All right. God bless, Joe.
God bless you too, Mike. Thanks so much, my friend. Take care. He's amazing. He took all that 616 with Joe on the radio. Thank you. Walking down Wall Street my walk to work, and the phone goes. It says Mike Lindell, my buddy. He goes, "Hey Joe, I just had dinner with the president. I didn't tell you about it." And then we got to talking about so many other things. He takes all that success. How inspirational is that? Takes all the success from My Pillow and then the mattress topper, which we'll be telling you about this morning, and then he turns it around to helping people. And then he goes out in front. He did 50,000 at this what they call the Pulse event, talking about staying in touch, with Christ. He goes out now. He's doing 300,000 down in Texas, and you got to love that he's at least giving back. And he has got. And when I told you, I flew from Newark, New Jersey, to Minneapolis with Mike. The whole 2 hours, whatever it was, on the plane, he talked about how he's going to save the inner cities. It'll come, and you know what's disconcerting a little bit is that they don't give this president a chance. They won't give him a chance. I'm telling you, and Mike and President Trump have a great relationship. They're good friends, and he knows the president as a nice guy one-on-one. And I've known Donald Trump for so many years, and that's why I say when I talk to people, don't get upset. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. If he didn't have all these distractions, the president, imagine what he could accomplish. And look what he's done now. Imagine what he could accomplish if he didn't have all these unnecessary distractions. Now the takedown of Brett Kavanaugh, and how will that play out? So thanks, Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy.
Everybody knows this guy. No, everybody knows he can do a radio show. Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.